we are going to dive into a common struggle that a lot of us relate to, and that is the fear of rejection of people. I am Nando Rodriguez, a breakthrough coach, and I work with amazing people who want to stop the patterns of self-sabotage in their lives. It is so natural to be scared and be frightened when you put yourself out there with people, but you're not alone. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to walk yourself through the anxiety of when you feel you're being rejected. Now, keep these 3 things in mind when you feel your energy is not in alignment with a certain person or a group of people. That way you're not feeling so down and out. 1, understand that this just may be your issue, right? That issue of the fear of rejection, the issue of abandonment. I need you to be honest with yourself. This probably is not the first time this has come up. So you have to own it, and you have to basically walk yourself through it and say, oh, I'm doing that thing. I'm doing that fear of rejection thing again. 2, know what self-sabotage is. Part of self-sabotage is doing and repeating those patterns that don't move the conversation forward, that keep us stuck, right? So if you're constantly having this fear of rejection, or you're constantly playing in your head these scenarios of how things are going to go wrong, just know that it's part of self-sabotage, and until you actually discover what the trigger is and discover and own it, it's just going to keep happening over and over again. I was in a situation not too long ago where I texted a good friend of mine, and the relationship was new, and I thought that we were, going to be BFFs. And I texted him, and then we were, back and forth texting. And then all of a sudden it was a week, like a whole week went by and he never texted back. And so I was feeling that, right? I was feeling like, did I say something wrong? Because that's what we go to. That's what the self-sabotage loop. We blame ourselves. Did I say something wrong? And I'm going through the text, and I didn't want to be like a pest or overbearing. So I just let it go. But that sunk feeling of like, is it over? Come to find out, when he did text me back a week later, his mom had passed away. And I felt so horrible. And he was dealing with those issues. So that's the thing with self-sabotage. We don't even give breathing space to other people have their human experience. We always make it about us. 3rd thing to keep in mind, vulnerability takes practice. When you are creating friendships, when you are entering a new crowd, a new group, there's going to be a level of vulnerability that has to be exerted by you, right? And that's scary. That's taking a risk, but we all have to do it. And the more you practice being vulnerable, the better you get at zeroing in on who to be vulnerable with and that time frame. Keep this in mind. When you start feeling those feelings of rejection and abandonment, surround yourself with people who love you, who adore you, and that absolutely would do anything for you. These are true friends that you've probably had for a while that won't reject you and absolutely love your authenticity. And lastly, work on your self-confidence. Truly understand your unique gifts that you bring to a friendship, to a work situation, to a group of people, and own it. Because when you believe in yourself, others will too. Be vulnerable. Take small steps that are going to push you out of your comfort zone and put you right smack in the middle of social situations so you can grow and expand. I am Nando. I hope this helped you. Leave me a comment and let me know what stood out, and I will see you next time.